So if you woke up and understood how powerful you are, corporation would collapse. And this is their biggest fear. So that's why they had to create, what's this thing? They had to create the pandemic, COVID, because people are waking up and they're afraid that when people wake up, they're going to cancel those fidelity insurances. And that's how they live. The 1% bankers, the 3% rich, they live off the interest of the insurance that they have on you. And they're afraid that you're going to cancel, and it's going to cancel their lifestyle, and their bloodline can't have a lavish life no more. That's just facts, man. You know, once you start opening this thing up, Pandora's box get pretty damn deep. Remember I told y'all a long time ago, you ain't ready for the rabbit hole. So whether you're ready for it or not, you're hearing it. So it makes you sit there going, wait a minute. I've been working for Anheuser-Busch for 15 years. So you telling me Anheuser-Busch is like a fiduciary, and every time they pay me, they take 10% more? Yeah, so if you're making $2,000 a week, Anheuser's probably asking for $4,000. They're going to give you $2,000, they keep $2,000. Anheuser-Busch make their money off you. They need you there. See, they be acting like they're doing y'all a favors. Once you understand the power you have, you don't let people talk to you any kind of way. Stop. Look, if you got time, take your time off. When you understand how this shit goes, they need you. How do companies belly up? Because people start quitting. They can't draw off you if you're quitting. They need you to work a 40-hour week so they can get that extra 10% that they're asking for along with your paycheck. Now, you're never going to see it because it's a separation. You probably say, what do you mean? Okay, let's say John Doe worked 40 hours a week, right? And I don't give a shit what they make an hour. Let's just say John Doe makes $2,000 a week. Okay? Anheuser-Busch going to ask for $4,000. So it's a separation, meaning they're going to send John Doe his check and cut the corporation their check. So the checks go out the same time. Anheuser-Busch going to get a check and you're going to get a check. You'll never know it. You don't even know this to this day. All of them do it. Every, I don't care if it's Publix. I don't care if it's McDonald's. I don't care if it's Cheesecake Factory. I don't care if it's Chick-fil-A. They all do it. Every last one of y'all is a private bank, and the corporations make. How you think Chick-fil-A got what? I don't know. I'm just going to hypothetically say it. How you think Chick-fil-A got 7,000 units? How? Come on, man. Chicken ain't doing that kind of business when it's a shortage. Chick-fil-A has 7,000 units because the people that work for Chick-fil-A, they're the fiduciary. And Chick-fil-A, once again, they cut your check and Chick-fil-A gets a check. Why do you think the most people they pimp is the minorities? Woo, let me say this. I don't think y'all ready. You probably say, hold on, Yash. You just said they all the fiduciary. Even white folks getting got. Yes, but people of color get got more. You probably say, how is that? Well, the difference between a white person, they going to get got too, but they get you more. How is that? They probably got a bigger percentage on people of color or minorities, period. Because, there's a coding system that you have to go through. How many times you got hired at a corporation and they wanted you to call the damn unemployment office so they get a code for you? Why do they need a code? Because when you call yourself African American, you're considered cattle. You consider a horse. You consider meat. You consider materialism. What that means? That means you don't exist. You're a thing. You're dead. So they can get more off you. So your ass sitting there working for Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A probably drawing about 20% per check they cut for you, and it's coming out of your trust, and you have no idea. And let me tell you something: Chick-fil-A ain't the only one that does this to people of color, because you're considered dead. You call yourself African American, that's dead cattle, dead chickens, dead pork, dead beef. Did you know that? You come into the system with a barcode from the Federal Reserve as dead. So stop calling yourself African American, and this is why they draw off you twice. That's why you have to go through so much getting hired, because they want you to sign extra papers. White folks just gonna get hired. That's the end of it. They're gonna screw them too, but they screw you harder because you want to be African American. You're not African American. You're indigenous. You're black Indian.